I have 88 vending machines at that university. It's a full-time job, full-time gig. You definitely are earning your keep.
Michael Colbrunn, Business Enterprise Program owner and operator.
And I really regret the fact that I wasn't aware of it earlier.
Michael talks about creating opportunities in the Business Enterprise Program.
So one of the things that I have done is opened up my business to any individuals, but young people especially, see what it's all about and consider it as a future for themselves.
Michael brings awareness to the challenges and the advocacy being done in the Business Enterprise Program.
My mindset is that if the location where I'm at had any choice of any vendor anywhere, they would choose me first. Not because they have to, but because they want to.
And to find out more about the Business Enterprise Program, check out your state services and see what opportunities they have for you. For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities, and download the free Blind Abilities app from the App Store and the Google Play Store. That's 2 words, Blind Abilities. And check out the Blind Abilities skill on your Amazon device by saying, Enable Blind Abilities. And now, here's Michael Colbrunn. We hope you enjoy. Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson. I'm at State Services for the Blind in St. Paul, Minnesota, and we're about to start the State Rehab Council meeting. But beforehand, I ran into Mike Colbrunn, and he's a business enterprise operator in southern Minnesota. How you doing, Mike?
Good. How are you, Jeff?
I'm doing real good. Thanks for taking the time to come on to Blind Abilities and talk about the Business Enterprise Program.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Thank you for giving me the platform and the ability to talk about these things.
So, Mike, can you tell people what the Business Enterprise Program is about?
The Business Enterprise Program is a program that gives licensed blind individuals the opportunity to own and operate a business on federal, state, county, property, buildings, amenities, that sort of thing. The Randolph-Shepard Act is a congressional act that was passed in the 1930s, and it does what I said. It gives licensed blind individuals the opportunity to operate a business.
But it's no handout job.
No, it is not. I currently operate a business in Mankato, Minnesota. My main business is on Minnesota State University, Mankato, the college itself. I have 88 vending machines at that university. It's a full-time job, full-time gig. You definitely are earning your keep.
So, Mike, in the Business Enterprise Program, I went to the Sagebrush last year, and I noticed they're getting older. People are getting older. They've been in it, their lifetime jobs, it seems like. They really sustain employment. How about recruiting young people? What's going on with that area?
That is an area of focus that we need to work on. In the state of Minnesota and nationally, when I go to these national conferences and conventions, we talk about it all the time. It's one of the critical issues that we face. And you're right. A lot of the people that are in the room are long in the tooth, and a lot of them have been doing it for 30, 40 years. I am a little unique in the fact that I've only been in the program for 3 years, but I myself am 49 years old, and I discovered it later in life, and I really regret the fact that I wasn't aware of it earlier. So one of the things that I have done is opened up my business to any individuals, but young people especially, if they want to come down, spend a week, spend a day, spend a couple weeks, whatever it takes for them to get exposed to the program, see what it's all about, and consider it as a future for themselves.
You've gotten some people interested in the program.
Yeah, I have. One individual, I actually am in the process of hiring him and seeing if he wants to work for me while he sort of figures things out. But I had an opportunity this past summer that a young person came and worked, and she had no idea that it was even a thing. So it was something that she even thought about. The exciting part is even if they don't want to go into the Business Enterprise Program itself, it opens up their minds to the fact that a blind individual can own something, can run something, can do this themselves. If that spark is lit, that's great. And I think that us as Randolph-Shepard vendors, we are our best resource. I think that we need to show people that we can do it, that it's being done, and show other individuals that they can do it themselves. And if I can do it, anybody can do it.
If someone's interested in the Business Enterprise Program, how would they find out more about it?
I would say the best route would be to contact their state agency, their state service for the blind, and just inquire about the Randolph-Shepard program or the Business Enterprise Program. and they would point you in the right direction.
That's great. Mike, you're on the State Rehab Council, so you've actually are affecting changes and keeping your finger on the pulse on what's going on in Minnesota.
Yeah, I certainly am on the council, and it's a source of pride for me. It's a group of individuals from the community who, some are blind, some are legally blind, lots of different ranges of vision loss. There's representatives from the deaf-blind community, and there's people who work in voc rehab sorts of jobs, and it's a collective group that get together and talk about fun things like budgets and spending and statutes and laws and information that's come out, that it's how the state agencies can spend their money, so to speak. But I'm amazed at the talent around the room, and it inspires me every time I'm here. Sometimes I wonder how I got on the council, but I'm there, and I'm happy to be there because, like I said, collectively, there's just a lot of talent around the room, and it's really fun to be a part of something like that.
Well, you do a great part on the council. Mike, these operations, locations, as you call them, they're state and federal, but sometimes there's always challenges to them because everybody knows they're good locations to have vending machines or operations, and you always seem to be fighting a uphill battle to keep and maintain what you've been given.
Yeah, you're right, Jeff. We are at some prime locations, and when people see us there, sometimes they think that we're only there because of our priority. And I like the mindset that we're there because of our priority, but we're staying there because we're good at what we do. So you're always going to get a certain segment of the private sector who wants to be where you're at. And in the state of Minnesota, it's exciting because we just now have a licensed blind vendor who is now going to be having some operations at the Veterans Hospital in Minneapolis. And that's been a long time fight and arbitration, and it got kind of ugly, but we prevailed, and he's there. He's a blind vet himself, so that's exciting. But you're right, we're always facing issues, critical issues we call them. There's rest stop commercialization is one. Us defending our priority to be at places is sort of a constant. And I don't like to look at it that the sky is falling, because like I said, I've only been in it for 3 years, but there's some old timers who have said they've been battling it for decades. But it's a fight that we'll take, and we're confident in what we do. We're proud of what we do. So to me, as long as you operate your business with the mindset that you're not just there because you get to be, my mindset is that if the location where I'm at had any choice of any vendor anywhere, they would choose me first. Not because they have to, but because they want to. And I think if we all have that attitude, I think we'll be in pretty good shape.
Well, Mike, thank you very much for coming on the Blind Abilities and sharing all your knowledge on the business and enterprise program, your successes that you're doing, and the opportunities that you're creating for others.
Yeah, thank you. And again, thank you for the platform. I think what you do is great. You're sort of setting the trend also. This podcast thing, it seems like you're out ahead of it, and it's definitely where things are going. So kudos to you as well, Jeff.
It's always a good time talking to Michael Colbrunn, all that he's doing for the Business Enterprise Program and for the State Rehab Council for the Blind in Minnesota. And thank you, Chichow, for your beautiful music. That's El Chichow on Twitter. So once again, we hope you enjoyed. Thanks for listening, and until next time, bye-bye.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between
the limited expectations and the realities of blind abilities.
The realities of blind abilities.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities. Download our app from the App Store, blindabilities, that's 2 words, or send us an email at info@blindabilities.com. Thanks for listening.